shed those pounds in the lower half of her body.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
I'm really
I
excited.
know, we are too.
Since I have been in this model house, I have really been missing my daughter Savannah immensely. I asked her to come by tonight so we could spend some mother-daughter quality time together. It just so happened that she had some homework to do, and that gave me an idea. Models, I have a very special guest to announce. Savvy!
Hey, Savvy.
Savvy needs help with her homework. Let her ask you some questions about history.
History. Wonderful.
I'm in 8th grade, and these are some questions that I need help on.
I'm gonna keep score. Let's see how smart you are.
She pulled out her history questions, thinking that for some reason we could help her with her homework.
What country did 300,000 Chinese troops invade in February of 1979?
Norway?
Vietnam.
I unfortunately am more of a person where I believe in street smarts and ability to survive in the real world rather than facts on life and politics. I don't really believe in all that crap.
What amendment is the U.S. Bill of Rights guarantees freedom of religion, speech, and the press?
First.
Yeah.
Wow.
Janice must take her to a really good school because these are questions that a 30-year-old person wouldn't even know.
What nation's 90-man army is the world's oldest, dating back to 1506?
Vatican City.
What British prime minister defined a fanatic as one who can't change his mind and won't change the subject?
Anyone other than Chandler?
Winston Churchill.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
That don't sound like 8th grade trivia to me. That sounds like some college stuff to me. I'm more of a mathematician. I'm a Scientologist type person. Not Scientology. I'm more of a scientist.
Who was dubbed Lenin's left leg during the early stages of Russia's Marxist movement?
I cannot answer that.
Why not?
I didn't like history in school.
I can't believe you're Russian. You don't even know the answer to the most powerful.
It's like me not knowing who George Washington was. She didn't know who Stalin was. I mean, the guy ruled her country for 30-odd years, and she didn't know who he was. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, what, were you raised in a barn? Well, she probably was raised in a barn. That's probably why.
Who was married to Britney Spears?
Kevin Federline.
Yes, you're just so smart. Even though Chandler got the most right, I was still appalled that the only thing that they know about is pop culture. Tragic.
Chandler got 13, 14.
What's your count, Chandler?
14.
Yeah, you got it. Well, congratulations, Chandler, the brainiac.
Chandler was the one that answered almost all of the questions. A few others got 1 or 2. It was really fun. I learned a lot.
It's so important to be a smart model. When you travel to different countries, topics of conversation will come up. It was an extremely proud moment for me to see my daughter, Savannah, age 14, beat the mental out of these dummies that are living in this house. A big round of applause for Savannah.
It's really good.
I always thought Chandler was a good-looking guy. The way that he smiles at me is different than the way that he smiles when he's talking to someone else. It's just like the flirty smile instead of like the friend smile, you know?
That looks like your eye.
My eye?
Yeah, it does.
I think he's attracted to me. I found him attractive because he had a very different personality, a little offbeat. He was really intelligent, so we could hold a conversation. Went to Catholic school.
Catholic school? How was that?
Wasn't that bad.
I know a few go to Catholic school, and they actually turned out pretty messed up.
He was funny, and he was joking around with me, and so I think that was the first time him and I had a connection.
I was washing my face before bed and I saw a note on the counter.
Okay, so you know how, like, Chandler and Sion are, like, possibly having, like, this little romantic whatever, like, this couple thing? Sion wrote Chandler and...
You see it?
Sion wrote Chandler now and it says, Good night, Julio. Congrats on being the smartest person in the house. Thanks for the flowers, sweet dreams, Sion.
As far as I know, the chemistry between Sion and Chandler is really just kind of between them and a couple of us models that have noticed it. That's pretty funny.
What do I do? Should I like make fun of him or what?
Just go leave it outside Janice's door.
That's a good idea. It's really hard. As much as you want to date another model, you can't mix business with pleasure. I learned that last year when I went on a date with Nathan and Kehoe. Don't do it.
Today I have a yoga instructor coming to the house. Hopefully this teacher can inspire the models. It works for me, it can hopefully work for them. I was just going to wake the models when I found a note right in front of the door. Chandler, good night, Julio. Congrats on being the smartest person in the house. Just sweet dreams. X. This is the first that I've heard of Sion and Chandler getting together. And that really concerns me because as long as the models are living in the house, I really don't want them dating. No, no, no. Rise and shine. It's Janice time. I like you, Gavin. On the deck in 1 minute. I'm Mama J. Deck, 1 minute. Come on, I've got a surprise for you guys. Guess you have a little secret admirer. Who'd you send flowers to? Come on, especially you.
I'm walking out to the pool and I see a bunch of yoga mats. And I'm thinking, oh, hell no. It's way too early in the morning for this type of stuff.
No talking. Hit your mats.
Janice wakes us up and says, hey, we're gonna do some yoga. So of course my immediate thought is I had worked out 3 times a day prior and I'm completely sore and all my muscles were really tight and I knew I was in for it.
I'd like to introduce to you Marlon.
Good morning. Hi. We're gonna do some yoga.
I asked my personal yoga instructor to come to the house today for a private lesson for myself and for the rest of the kids.
Relax, clear your mind.
The yoga will help the models tighten their butts, give them more energy, lift their posture, and just help the models with their many, many casting calls.
Take a couple of deep breaths. Inhale, exhale. Reach up.
I include Serene in the house activities because who better in the house to have than Serene as my personal bodyguard, friend, and male supermodel?
Exhale through the mouth. Inhale.
We went through some basic yoga poses. It's the first time I'd ever done yoga, so it was a pretty tough time for me. I was pretty inflexible. I was probably one of the worst.
Grab your foot, lift it all the way up toward the navel. Hands to either side.
This lady comes out, she has us doing some crazy things, man. Stuff I'd never seen before.
See if you can grab your heels behind.
You know, I tried to do some of it, but me being flexible, you know, a lot of that stuff is very difficult for me.
I have been doing yoga for almost 35 years. It is essential for a model's routine. But it's very queer to me that most of the models haven't even attempted it before.
Gaze down, eyes forward.
I think the yoga instructor gave us exercises that were really advanced. They were a little hard for somebody who never done yoga before. So I think she should have made it a little bit easier for us.
This is a male posture. That's how we're doing it. Try him back there.
Paulina was very out of her element. She was awkward, imbalanced. I was very concerned.